Indeed they are.
There, it's working. Everything's working.
Okay. Good morning. And look at this. We've already got.
No, it's afternoon in Utah. It's morning in in California.
That's true.
Howdy, everybody. Steve Sleeper here. I've got Ray, the video guy.
Woohoo!
Yay!
And I've got Tim McKee here as well. Say hi, Tim.
Yay!
That's your cue.
Hey, everybody.
Hey. And this afternoon, we're going to introduce, or morning if you're in California, we are going to introduce a, I know this is an overused term, but it's a game changer for online video marketing. People use that term too much, but in this particular case, it's going to be true. And I just made my the presentation full screen so everybody can see that in full screen. We're going to go through what PixxFly is, and we're also going to give you a look at the back office. I'll just state straight out that we had a few technical difficulties, so Tim is going to be on the phone, and he'll say beep every time he wants me to change the slide. No, you don't have to do that, Tim. But we will, from time to time, I'll be telling Tim what slide's on there, and that's why. So, but otherwise, it'll move. It'll move very casually. If you've listened to Thank Google It's Friday with Ray and me, you know that we're casual guys, and so we'll have some fun this afternoon. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I like to talk. So anyhow, if you got questions as we move along, we'll do our best to answer them. Ray, I think you can see the questions as well, can't you?
I sure can, Steve.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm gonna since I'm gonna be the slide advancer, the audio visual geek, I'm gonna let you kind of look at the questions. But anyhow, I'm gonna turn things over to Tim because Tim has spent years in development on PixxFly, and he's going to tell you what PixxFly is. Now, without further ado, live from Atlanta, Tim McKee.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for having me on. This is exciting. What we're about to show you is really the culmination of about 5 years worth of research and development on the proper tools, processes, and techniques to use for content, or for video content marketing, I should say, for successful content video marketing today. And we are now at the point where we are doing a limited release of a package that we call PixxFly, which is the video marketing engine. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what PixxFly is, what it does, what it's made of, how you can use it, how you can make money with it, and then we've got a pretty cool offer at the end of this. In fact, I think at the end of this, you're going to be glad you're on, because there's things here we're going to give you and offer you that are not going to be available to anyone else ever again. This is just because you showed up,
yes,
you stepped up. We have got some special stuff for you. That, like I said, it's just not going to be available after this. So thank you all for coming, and we'll get into it. So I know that we have got primarily marketers on the line, affiliate marketers. I know that you're all familiar with online marketing. You use video to market, along with other strategies, I'm sure. You may be marketing your own products or services. You may even be marketing for some local businesses, or maybe you're doing some agency work. Whatever it is you're doing, you're going to find a solution within what I'm about to show you, which is PixxFly Video Marketing Engine. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. My first question is, what if? What if? Steve, go to number 2, please.
And hold on just a second.
What if?
Okay.
And while he's switching that over, I don't know if everybody realizes this or not, but you guys that are on this right now, you're the first people to pretty much ever see this. So this is really, really big.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been trying to find adjectives to describe it, and But I think if you've been listening to Ray and I for a while, especially Ray, you know that he doesn't roll out anything unless he believes in it and believes that it works. Okay, so he's gone through all the WSOs of the world and thrown away the ones that don't work and given us some really good tools. And this is bigger than all that. So anyhow, go ahead, Tim.
Sure. So the question is, what if? What if you no longer had to use 15 different pieces of software or services to create your video marketing campaigns? And what if you could reduce the time it takes to launch a campaign by 2/3 or more? And what if you had a single source for all of your video marketing needs that is absolutely reliable, simple to use, and costs up to 90% less than what you're currently spending? Think about that. What would that mean for your business? And go ahead and advance, Steve.
Okay.
If that stuff were true, would you be able to go after bigger accounts? Could your business be more profitable? Could you sell more of your own products? Would you have more time? Would you worry less? Right? I mean, we're all adults here. We're all marketers here. We all use the same tools that are available out there. And we've all had our shares of disappointments, of larger-than-life claims that weren't quite there. And a lot of us on this line are trying to make a living off of marketing. PixxFly was born out of that very frustration, out of that very need to be able to put together a set of tools, strategies, and processes that are science-based, they are real-world tested, and they work. Well, the answer to that is you can. You can have all that. And I want to introduce to you right now PixxFly. This is PixxFly, the video marketing engine. That's PixxFly. And what is PixxFly? Well, PixxFly, go ahead and advance if you would.
Oh, okay, yeah, thanks.
Go ahead and advance a couple of slides, I'm sorry.
Need to have
let's see what the next slide is. Hold on. There we go. Oh, you can. Okay, would you go after big accounts, be more profitable, have more time, worry less? You can.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah. Go ahead and hit it again.
Oh, there's the gears. Okay, the gears are cool.
Yeah. Okay,
There we go.
This is PixxFly. These are 9 highly integrated automation and function tools that are designed to work together. And I'm going to go through each of these one at a time. So go ahead and advance for me there, Mr. Steve.
All righty.
Ding.
Oh, come on.
Ding.
There we go.
Remember the old film scripts?
I'm just trying to make it go there. I think I got it. Okay. There we go. The old Commodore 64 here is running a little slow, so okay.
Apparently it's working better than my $12,000 Mac. So.
Yeah, I know. Okay, PixxFly is the first complete end-to-end. Okay, that's the slide.
That's the one. So what is PixxFly? PixxFly is really the first complete end-to-end marketing solution built to drive traffic, leads, and sales for any company, product, or service. And PixxFly is it's a set of 9 fully integrated video marketing tools. We call these gears, as you saw from the previous one. And together, these 9 gears automate every essential process involved in design, creation, deployment, and monitoring of your video marketing campaigns. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick overview of what those accomplish. If you'll advance for me there, sir.
There we go.
Okay, so the PixxFly gears. Our first gear is professional marketing research that creates a science-based blueprint for each video product. I'm going to go into this in more depth later, but this is huge. This is absolutely huge. Next, we have a video search engine that finds the top videos, and every market shows you proven models to inspire your own designs. This is what we call our idea generator. And again, we're going to show you that. We have our next gear is professional video creation. We have a Emmy award-winning video production team and have put together a lineup of tested videos that really meets any need in any budget. We have both broad-based and targeted distribution, delivers your video to thousands of destinations. We have some last-minute exciting developments in that area. If you go ahead and advance there, Steve.
Okay. All right, there we are. Social syndication.
Social syndication gives your video unprecedented reach, scale, and social velocity. Social velocity is huge now. That's almost as big as authority. Social velocity is what delivers bottom line results, bottom line profits. It's very huge. You want to move through the social sphere quickly and with a positive motion. Next is our innovative video player that incorporates over 50 unique interactive features to increase both leads and sales. This is a business center onto itself. This in itself is a game changer. Next is our video in email, which is now available. And between these last two bullet points, you can insert, it's not in here, but we've also, the next 24 hours, are adding video press releases along the same lines. And then we have our video analytics gear, and this goes far, far beyond Google's analytics, allowing you to track, monitor, refine, and optimize each of your marketing projects. Go ahead and advance, Steve.
Alrighty. Back office.
Mm-hmm. And finally, our ninth gear, which is our back office intranet, which allows you guys to interact, give you access to additional tested, recommended video tools, plugins, solutions, training, just all kinds of very cool stuff, all fee-based and free. Part of our design when putting together PixxFly is we wanted to become the one-stop solution for every part of your content marketing needs, frankly, and we think we have done that pretty darn well. So what's the result of all this? What does PixxFly really create for you? If you go to slide 10 there, sir.
Okay. Hold on. The old Commodore's giving me fits. Come on. Okay. There we go. I got it to work. Results? Question mark.
Yeah. Results, what is it? It's what does PixxFly ultimately create? Well, it creates authority. Okay? This is what the search engines want. This is what they're trying to determine now, and it's only going to be increasingly so, is authority. Your online footprint now is to create authority. Now, that's authority in the search engines. That's authority to your buyers. That's authority in the eyes of the ranking algorithm. It's all about authority. And that's created a number of ways, through content, through some backlinking, through value-added connections, through your website structure, through your siloing architecture. We considered and tested all of this when we were building our tools. Go ahead and advance, please.
Okay. Authority is your product vertical. Okay.
There you go. And go ahead and go to the next one.
Authority. Well, I'm going to read this. Authority is your product vertical, search results, and the perception of potential. Okay, you already said that.
I just said that.
But I'm kind of anal retentive. So anyhow, go ahead.
It's okay. You have your own copy, and you can.
I have issues. I have issues.
All right. So let's talk about what makes this tick. What makes this work? And there are four legs to PixxFly's marketing engine. There's the marketing research, and everything starts with proper marketing research. You guys are marketers. You absolutely know that. But if you are like me, you've always had difficulty finding affordable, reliable data that went beyond just what Google allowed you to see. We built a marketing research engine that is unlike anything, and I'm going to show you some results from that, or show you what it creates here in a second. But the four legs are marketing research, video content creation, syndication of that content, And then here's one you probably never hear: monetization. Right? What are we in this for? We're here to make money. That's why we market. Unless you have an end goal, a monetization strategy, a way to make money out of all the effort that you put in, then to us there's no point. You must be able to make money. When you have proper marketing research, you're going to know before you make your first video, before you submit your first video, before you do any syndication or distribution, whether there's money, whether you're going to make money with this. That's what it's that important that's included in our 4 legs. Go ahead and advance, Steve.
Sure. There we go. How does PixxFly work?
Yeah. As I said, PixxFly is a set of 9 gears or tools designed to work together to deliver and execute an entire marketing campaign, including on-page monetization.
Well, how do you do that, Tim?
Well, Steve, I'm glad you asked. And if you'll go to the next slide.
Simple integrated workflow.
We've applied a process called simple integrated workflow. And not to get too far away, but the team that created this is, it's a group of engineers and designers and marketers to understand how to create complex, algorithmic operating systems in ways that are simple. And we call that simple integrated workflow. And what that means is the PixxFly workflow, it's a simple step-by-step process that starts and ends with your campaign blueprint or map, your marketing action plan. When we do research, when you use all of our gears, and PixxFly is designed to be used from, you go in the front door, you come out the back with a completed successful marketing campaign. You use all the gears in the order that they're there. Okay. Well, it starts with your marketing, with your marketing research. And from that, we develop a blueprint. And our blueprint determines what our content is going to be, what our keyword strategy is going to be. It also tells us what our likely ROI is going to be for any given product, area, or service. We get down into such granular area that it's frankly ridiculous, the amount of information. But that information is meaningless unless you also have an action plan. Unless you also have a plan that says, okay, now we know what it's going to take to absolutely own this inquiry or this keyword or this area. Now, what content, what do we need to do to make that happen? So your marketing research should be determining exactly what content needs to happen. Well, ours does that. Okay, let's go ahead and move on.
Okay.
On to the next one. Okay.
Boy, look at that marketing research spreadsheet.
There you go.
My eyes are watering. My eyes are watering. Okay.
Well,
anyhow, go ahead. I'm sorry. Analysts love this stuff, and I can even read it, actually.
If you had this sheet in front of you, you're only seeing about 10% of it.
Holy cow.
If you were to spread this out, we look at a ton of data. There's one of our frustrations as researchers is having to rely on data that the search engines allow us to see. But we created an algorithm from scratch that scrapes so much information, and then we run it through so many different filters and repeat the process. By the time we get to the bottom, we know that the information that we have is absolutely accurate. We have filtered out all the variables that are in it, and our research is based on silo architecture. If you're not familiar with that, this is the state of the art in research. Silo architecture allows you to accurately determine the correct supporting phrases from a seed keyword. Allows you to determine the right supporting keywords in order to own that. And this is based on all the information that we scrape. So we know what the results are going to be. We know how these keywords are performing, or these phrases are performing. But more than that, we know what the density needs to be. We know where these keywords need to happen on both on, off page, and in your connected content. Because all of this, when it's connected together, builds authority, builds that overwhelming authority in the eyes of the search engines. And when you have that kind of information, that power at your disposal, you build up such an overpowering case in the eyes of the search engines that you end up, number one, with huge, tremendous ranking right off the bat. You end up with ranking that's very, very sticky, very hard to get you off that spot once you were there. But this also takes into account and executes all your social moves, all your social actions that need to go after, so that when you're deploying a campaign based on this marketing action plan, you've covered the entire internet. You become, at that point, you become a market maker. You know, not just, I hope I've done enough. You know, I hope I've put out enough. It's not that. It is, this is what I need to do to own this. Okay?
And that's so important, because right now, you know, I'm using 4 or 5 different keyword tools. You know, I'm doing okay, but I always wonder, gee whiz, you know, do I really have a handle on this? Where are my sales coming from?
Sure.
You know, I'm cutting 1 billion videos. Well, I'm exaggerating, but I'm cutting a lot of videos to get that authority, and I'm putting in a lot of work I probably don't have to put in. And really what it comes down to is no keyword research tool does what this does. It's not no one keyword research tool is all encompassing like this.
Yeah.
Did I state that correctly, Ray?
I would say so, because, you know, honestly, when I do my keyword research, I don't really trust any of them.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest with you. So I check one, and then I check the other, and then I go back and check this one, and I get lots of different varying results. You know, one piece of software will say, oh, this has got 12,000 searches a month, and the other one says 200. And, you know, it's tough to find research and truly know that this is going to help you. And what I love about this is that it is so, you know, it does 2 things. One, it really helps you find what you need, but 2, you know, if you're working with a client, it's just really, really impressive to be able to pass that information to them. They have no idea what it means, but it looks impressive. And, you know, and that actually means something. You know, it really does. It's very helpful, but it also looks really good to the clients.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And a few other points about this research. One is, with PixxFly, by the way, you can export a branded report with justification for your clients. If they want to know why you're asking for $50,000, here it is. It's all here. All the justification is here.
$50,000?
$50,000, at least.
Dollars? All right. I'm sorry. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Tim McKee,
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, live.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. But this research also allows you to set up large time chunks of marketing for a client. I mean, you can set up to a year's worth of marketing campaign, set it up to go, and be reasonably assured that the outcomes, well, not reasonably assured, be assured that the outcomes are going to be what the research indicates are going to be. We can even incorporate the cost of your product in a given area and return ROI of what that product will be based on our research. It goes into that kind of depth. All right, so let's go on to the next slide, if you would.
Idea generation. Yeah, the
idea generation.
The Commodore 64 is running a little faster.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, we'll be good to it. So the second gear in our series, folks, is idea generation. And what this allows you to do is quickly go in with a product name, a keyword, a process, a brand, anything that you want to look at, and quickly pull up and parse in any number of ways who the leaders are in that vertical. Do you want to know what kind of content your the leading competitor is using? You want to peek into look behind the curtain and see what you're up against. This is a quick way to very quickly get an idea of what's going on out there, what content is working, how the social sphere is reacting to it, what things are being said. It's a very quick way to gather information, to do intelligence, to do reconnaissance on your competitors and get it. And then you can parse this in any number of ways, and again, this can be exported as a branded report as well.
Ray, you've been using this quite a bit. To talk a little bit about it, because I know you've been.
This is actually one of my favorite tools in there, oddly enough, and in reality, it's kind of it's a tool that basically just provides you information. You don't accomplish anything necessarily with it, like for instance with distribution, but boy, it is an eye-opener to search some of the keyword ideas that you have, see what's out there, and just know, gosh, this will be really easy to kick these, the butts of these guys. But another eye-opener with this, because you go in here and you search, and you start to dispel some myths about YouTube and Google ranking services and whatnot, because I did a research, or I did an idea generation on a topic that I have a video for, and my video was beating all the competition in every single category, yet for some reason it was number 2. And it's a real eye-opener to look at that and go, okay, I've got more views, I've got more likes, I've got more Facebook likes, I've got more shares, I've got more tweets, I've got more, more favorites and all this other stuff, and yet for whatever reason, this other guy is still ahead. And what that tells you is, okay, if he's still ahead for this key term, he must be doing something specifically in the title or the description that's getting him a good ranking with that. So it gives you an opportunity to really look at that and figure out, if you're leading in everything else, what's left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's got to be this. And it just really, it lets you look at things a little differently and really understand what needs to be done. And I just love it. I think it's to me, that's one of the most fun tools, is to just pop in an idea and just see what other people have out there, and just see, oh, there's a video there, it's number 1, but it's it's not doing very well, so we can beat that pretty easy. So I love that. I think that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a surprise on every page. I've used this thing thousands of times in our testing over the last months as this one came online, and it always surprises me what I find there. And one of the things is we are scraping a lot of information from a lot of different sources. So this is not coming just from Google. It's not what you would see coming out of the free keyword tool, because frankly, those results are biased.
And this answers a question that we got from Paul, and I think this folds in well at this time. Can't we see the same info with a quick YouTube search of our keywords? And you were, I think you kind of answered it, but is there anything you can add to what you just said, Tim or Ray?
Well, the big thing is, obviously if you do a search on YouTube, you can see how many views somebody's got. You can see, how many likes they have if they've got that turned on, where you can see that. But this just gives you a lot more of the non-YouTube stuff: the Facebook likes, the Facebook shares, the Google Plus ones, the LinkedIn shares, the tweets, the Pinterest shares, and all that kind of stuff, which can make a big difference in your ranking. But YouTube's never going to show that. I don't even think it's something that they're interested in showing you. So.
That's right. Because we have to keep in mind that Google, and I love Google. I think they're just very incredible, smart people at Google, but they are a business, and they are showing us just certain amounts and types of information. But to have a true competitive edge, you need more than that. You need to be able to have a wide sampling of what's going on out there to get a more accurate view. I'm sure everyone on this line has been in situations where you have done what you thought is absolutely the best research, you compared with different services, you've done this and that, and still couldn't quite get that piece of content where it needs to be. Well, this tool is really designed to kind of find those hidden areas quickly. If I would use if I were doing affiliate plays, let's say small product affiliate plays, I would probably be using this tool quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I might base almost all of my content strategy just based on what I see here. Because it's going to show me what my competitor is doing with the product that I want to sell. And it shows me where his strengths are, and it shows me where his weaknesses are. I can look at his description. I can look at his embed code. I can look at his source code if I want to. And I can tell a lot just from that about what's going on. So I don't have to do a ton of split testing to get about 90% there against this competitor. So it has a lot of great uses. Okay, let's go ahead and let's press on.
Video content creation. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so our third gear, this is our Emmy Award-winning video production service. We've really literally produced and syndicated hundreds, if not thousands, and determined really a short list of high-converting and affordable video templates, plus scripting, plus everything else. Now, what's cool here is that our research results will feed directly into our video production department. In fact, we'll even make recommendations on the amount of videos based on science and research necessary to own a vertical. Okay, and that's pretty bold stuff there. But it also determines the exact content and as I said, quantity needed to grow your online footprint, your authority. And it's all about creating authority. And we've really narrowed down these areas into what we think are the most important and essential video content areas. We're able to do these very inexpensively and pretty quickly as well. And really, PixxFly is really designed that you can get through it very, very quickly. If you ordered some research could take a day, depending on how complex research is that we're going after, it could be back, within the hour or maybe a couple of days. But once you have that, getting videos, setting up your distribution, actually deploying a campaign is very, very fast because we carry over a lot of information from one module to the other so that you don't have to keep inputting a bunch of stuff. So that is video.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and
let's go with the next one. All righty.
Yes, sir.
Video
So
distribution.
one of the exciting things about all of this, when it comes to that, you offering the ability to create videos, with all of this stuff, what I love about it is that, you use what you need. So if you've got your own research, you can use your own research. If you need research, you can get research. If you need a video made, we can make a video. If you already have a video made, you can upload it and use it yourself. And that's what I've really liked about this is just that flexibility to be able to do just what my weaknesses are, you guys can cover. And I think that's what's fantastic.
Yeah, that's a great point, Ray. Thank you for picking that up because with PixxFly, we understand that some people have videos, maybe have a video resource that they like to use. We're fine with that. You can bring in your own stuff. Maybe you're a research guru and you want to use your own research. We've given you the capability of just adding in your own research, so you can have it your way. As who was that? Burger King. Someone used to say that you can have it your way. But we tried to
Burger King.
Yeah, but we tried to build in the maximum flexibility because the system is designed by marketers for marketers. you know. So there are things as marketers we appreciate having in here. Of course, we think the system works best when you use it all.
Well, and the other thing, and we'll talk about this at the end of the presentation, we'll help you too. If you want do-it-for-you services, that's fine. If you want a license for this, that's fine. If you want something in between, that's fine. And we'll talk about that later on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll lay that out because we think we've got something for everyone, for everyone's needs here. Okay, so as I said, this is Gear 4. This is video distribution. This is going out to a growing list of video sharing sites, and I want to just talk just a little bit about that. We have broken out our syndication, our distribution, in a number of ways. One is targeted, and one is widespread distribution. We have the ability with our system to be very, very specific about where we want our content to show up, what eyeballs that we want to get in front of. We have the ability to be very picky about where it goes, about what properties it shows up on. We can do, we can do targeted YouTube views. So our targeting algorithm is very robust. In fact, you're not going to find this type of targeting anywhere else, not on the internet, unless you just spent hours and hours and hours of doing it yourself. I mean, most of you, or a lot of you, are familiar with some of the distribution systems out there, like Traffic Guys or Hayseed or a few of the others. They all offer kind of the basic set of websites and automation for getting it there. Well, our system goes way, way beyond that. We handpick. Well, start with video sharing sites. We handpick the video sharing sites based on demographics, based on what is best, who's getting the most traffic, how is that video sharing site actually performing. We want to optimize all areas of a campaign as well, and that's just in the video sharing sites. We're as I said, we're adding more and more sites, and we are, as far as I know, the only people that have Pinterest in our distribution list. And if you've been marketing any time in the last 6 months, you know how big having Pinterest on your list, including Pinterest in your list, is. Okay, let's go ahead and advance.
All right. Come on. There we go. Gear 5, social distribution.
Okay, next gear, social distribution. We actually treat these as two separate areas, and they're actually broken down inside the system even more than that. I mean, what we do, there's a lot going on behind the scenes that support distribution that you just don't see. You just know that it's there and that it's working. Our Gear 5, our social media distribution, we have created an algorithm, a process, has a natural social buzz. It's like a social buzz creating rocket booster.
Did you say rocket booster? Rocket booster?
Rocket booster.
Social buzz rocket booster.
Social buzz rocket booster. Our core technology is based on the award-winning SYN social distribution engine that we have brought to bear here.
SYNND, yeah.
Yes. So we know how to motivate social action. We know how to move markets in the social world. Absolutely huge. In fact, I don't believe you can have a winning content marketing campaign without significant social movement, without social recommendation. It's so important. And in fact, if you follow Matt Cutts or you follow any of the big public guys who talk about marketing out there, that social marketing, peer-to-peer recommendation, peer-to-peer talk, peer-to-peer buzz has become the most pure form of authority or determination of authority. It's the golden goose when it comes to marketing, is peer recommendation. And we have considerable juice in that area. Very, very important. Okay, moving on.
All right.
Well, actually, before we do,
Sure.
Okay.
this is the social distribution. This is what really gets me excited with this, because I don't know about anybody else out there, but when I put out a new video, I put it up. I go into YouTube. I do the little sharing things in YouTube where they've got, Stumble Upon, and they've got Pinterest, and so I do each of those. Then I have to go into OnlyWire and publish everything through OnlyWire, and then I have to go here and publish it. This kills all of that. It's just once this is in there, you're already uploading it to all the video sites. Well, you're going to automatically send it out to all these different places that I used to have to do by hand. Oh, and by the way, then I would go to Fiverr and buy 800 social bookmarks and have to set that up for them. Then I would buy, this and set that up. So not only am I spending a lot of money, but a lot of time doing all this. And this is why I really, really like this portion of it, because it's going to save, not only a ton of money, but a ton of time. So this is the part that really gets me excited.
And this part runs in the background. It just works. You submit your videos to the sharing sites, and this works in the background. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, and you can also favor more social distribution. I mean, you can literally add more juice into your social distribution as you go along. So it's not just I put it out there and it gets bookmarked at this site or it gets this or that. We can actually nuance how that movement happens. This is just tremendously cutting edge stuff that's going on here. I could tell you what it was, but I'd have to kill Steve Sleeper again.
Yeah. I'm like a cat. I
Didn't
have
work
9
last
lives.
time, so
Didn't work last time. Yeah. I did highlight that. Okay, now I got to get the highlighter to quit working. All right.
Yeah, but
The social buzz creating rocket booster.
There you go. But I think the takeaway here is that marketing has become much, much more sophisticated than it was 5 years ago, right? I mean, there's a lot of us here on this line who came in at a time when we created a video, we could put any keywords on it that we wanted, put it on a half a dozen sites, and the next day it showed up on the top of Google. These were before there was, social networking, before there was a social marketplace. This is before when you could backlink to any disparate subject or site, and it would add juice, it add authority to your thing. I mean, this is back in the Wild West days when it was so easy to do that.
Oh, yeah.
But today, marketing has become so incredibly sophisticated. A lot of this is due to we've all experienced the zoo upgrades that Google did, which was good. They were good. It hurt a lot of things, but it cleaned up the internet quite a bit, and it's good for us marketers who play by the rules. And once you fully understand the rules, then you can really dominate. But one of the biggest things that's absolutely made this so much more difficult to do is Google's machine learning. They have the ability now through artificial intelligence to recognize patterns that are less than legal. They find the gray hat and black hat stuff so much faster than it is. And when they do, the cut is wide and deep when they do that, if you've ever experienced that. So it just doesn't make sense to use anything that's not absolutely above board. And I think Google is getting to just about everything that's out there. So, what does that leave you with? Well, you can't do effective content marketing these days without significant automation. It just can't be. You just don't have enough time in the day to do it. You have to have good automation tools that allow you to do that. That's how you. It's the only way I think you can be competitive these days in this business. But if you have these tools and you're using them, then you can dominate. Then you can absolutely dominate. So let's go ahead and press on.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Let's go on to the next gear. Oh, the video player, man! I am so excited about this.
This is cool. This is probably my favorite part of our system. This is our multi-action video player. Okay. What this allows you to do? Oh gosh, what doesn't it allow you to do? Let me just talk about some of the features of what our player does. You can, and this is all HTML5, by the way, which means it's mobile ready. You use it once, it'll show up everywhere. So if you're doing mobile campaigns, which everyone should be doing, so we have timeline events, unlimited timeline events. So you can set up any number of offers or upsells within your video. Or redirects. You can set up a player list. You can show more than one video. That in itself creates a training system that you can sell right off the bat. You have skins. You have Google Maps. You have coupons. You have Skype. You have Instant Talk. You have any number of email type systems. And by the way, this integrates directly into our video and email. You have direct response mechanisms. You have so many ways to list build, to do direct sales from the page. So as you're driving traffic back to an internal page on your home site, every one of those pages now can have an offer on it, and have an offer that agrees with Google's algorithm. You can set up multiple sophisticated upsells on this, and then you can output iframe code, which you can paste anywhere. So it's, like I said, fully HTML5 compatible. Gosh, what else? Oh, I'm not even covering half of what the features are on this, but if you're an affiliate marketer, you like doing numerous small play type of marketing, whether you're doing info products, you're building for yourself, this is an ideal tool for you to be able to quickly build an e-commerce center on, on one-page sites practically. So it just has huge potential, and we've got some things coming up for this that are just mind-boggling. This is something you got to get in and just play with, just to see all the features on it. Oh, by the way, we also have active social widgets on it, so it counts in real time. Your likes, your shares, your 1+s, your P shares, your everything. All those social widgets are reacting in real time. You can literally watch this thing and watch the counter go up, which has huge social influence.
And it is compatible with WordPress. We got a question on that.
Yes, it's compatible with WordPress.
One question I just want to answer this question that we got in, and we're a little ahead of where this question is, but I want to make sure it gets answered. One of the competitors has a lot of errors in their uploading, distributing. How does this system compare? And I can answer that because I've been working on this on the syndication. PixxFly built their own APIs. It's just a different animal altogether. And then it also asks you, when you do your distribution, to verify that the APIs, in fact, are still working. So when you upload, I call them profiles, but when you enter your profiles, you've opened up all your sites, you've got all the email and passwords and stuff, you enter that, and then it's going to take you to the interface or API for the website. You've seen that on Facebook and Twitter where it says, are you going to allow this app? Is this cool? You've seen that. We've all seen it. That's what it does. But then when you go to distribute your videos, it's going to ask you again to verify that the API is working. It's just a totally different animal. I like it. I think it's great.
Thank you. And that's a great point, Steve. As you're saying, we built the all-purpose interfaces from scratch. Absolutely from scratch. We know, we've all experienced this, that those errors, those rejections on sites, those, stuff gets timed out, this and that happens, but we've all experienced it, and, we've all experienced that, up to 60-70% rejection rates. It goes on with this, and you have to ask yourself, this is automation, and you end up submitting them yourself as it is. Well, that just stops. That has to stop here, and that's one of the reasons why we build our APIs from scratch. They're properly coded. We're not going to get into any issues with that, and we have done literally thousands of submissions and test submissions with the system. And frankly, this is one of the toughest areas in marketing because we're dealing with multiple sites, in some cases hundreds of sites. All of them have different ways of doing things. All of them have their own number of weaknesses and things that can go wrong with it. Is it perfect? No. But what we do is we've built in redundancies into our system that detect this early and fix it early so it doesn't become a problem for you. When you wake up the next day, you don't have to wake up to error messages saying, gee, this didn't get loaded. Another thing that we built into our syndication system is when you set up a profile, I know we're all used to using that profile, I don't know if I'm ever going to get that term. When you set up your logins to your sites, let's say that you are you're working for clients. Folks are using you to market their product, service, or brand. We have built in a little safety feature in that when you set up an account on their behalf, they actually have to approve it. They have to. Our system will generate an email that goes out to them and says that Steve Sleeper has set up an account under your name and your account. Is that correct? So they actually have to approve it. With all the fraud that's going on these days, we want to make sure that we protect legitimate marketers from what's going on out there. So that's very handy. Our whole system, as you go through the distribution, there's so much autofill that goes on. But we're constantly checking it at every point during the syndication process to make sure that this information is accurate, it is correct, so that we minimize any issues that might come from the site. Okay, let's go ahead and press on.
Okay, and I actually backed up to the video distribution gear just so everybody can see that. So, and the video player, by the way, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we're going to use this for our replays of this presentation. Is that?
There you go.
Yeah, so we can actually set a time for it to start, and you'll all get notices from Ray on that via email, and we'll also post it in the mastermind group when you can see this again.
There you go.
Tell your friends and neighbors. Okay, Gear 7, video and email.
Video and email. Yeah, this has become huge. Why? Because video is involved. Email, it had reached its peak 2, 3, maybe even 4 years ago now. On its own, but when we started integrating video into email, it started doubling and tripling the open rates again. And we're taking advantage of that. With our player, of course, you're going to be able to build that e-commerce device right there on the page. You can go ahead and take that code. You're going to be able to paste this into pre-tested templates. Okay, for different areas, different verticals that we know increase click-throughs or click-throughs, as I have it spelled here. But anyway, just this really brings energy and juice back into email marketing, which I think is exciting for as simple as it is. Now, the same is true for what's about to be Gear 8. It's not here in this presentation because it's so brand new, but we're also rolling out our video in press release, and it's really the same feature, or the same sort of idea, where video just gets opened more, it gets viewed more, it gets ranked better. So we're going to attach it to everything. And what happens is when your video is showing up in so many different areas on the internet, that again just goes to that authority equation that Google is looking for. And when you've utilized each of these areas, each of these destinations, these strategies, these processes, a cool thing begins to happen in that the search engines, because they see you as such an authority, which kind of translates into, hey, this guy knows what he's doing. He's following the rules, he knows what he's doing. Well, they start directing traffic to you that is further and further away keyword-wise. You start getting into some really odd keyword combinations, some odd inquiries, and you're receiving traffic. So when you're doing all this, the end result is you start uncovering pockets of traffic you didn't even know existed. These people are looking for you, they just are going about it in more of a roundabout way. And these are people that you wouldn't normally be able to attract in other types of content campaigns. So you set up a 6 month or year's worth of campaigns, and you're tracking this carefully, and we're going to show that to you in our last tool, the analytics. You start seeing traffic being originated from some really interesting places. That's cool. It's all traffic. These are all qualified people, so it's all good. Okay, let's pass on to number 22.
All righty. And I'm just monitoring some of the questions. Ray, have you seen any questions out there that we should ask at this time?
Okay,
go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Ray, the video guy.
Can you hear me?
What?
Can you hear me?
Okay, no, go ahead.
There we go.
Can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been writing back to some people here, and I'm trying to keep up. We've gotten a bunch of questions in the last few minutes, so I'm just
all right.
trying to keep up with those. So
I'm going to assume, and I'm being a little transparent here, I'm going to assume you're going to answer the questions, and then why don't you, if you see any there that need to be asked, just shout them out.
yeah, actually, there's one that we can throw out there pretty quick. We've got, let's see, Paul wanted to know if this system will provide views and likes and subs and comments and all that kind of stuff for videos.
Yes, absolutely.
But naturally.
In fact, I'm going to.
But naturally.
But naturally.
In white hat.
Oh, you're saying? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Does it generate? Yes. Let me qualify that. I know what you're asking, and everything we do is 100% white hat. Everything is natural so that we get the most juice out of these things. But in our distribution area, both in social and video, we have a number of targeted engines or algorithms that generate that type of traffic. So yes, but we do it in a way that is completely organic.
Anything else you see there, Ray?
Actually, I'm going through a couple of them right now.
And I know I think we double answered a few questions, but whatever.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Okay. Okay, I've heard systems like Traffic Geyser you should not use to upload to sites like YouTube due to the poor SEO, and it's highly recommended that you do this manually. Is PixxFly effective for uploading to YouTube, or is it recommended doing this manually for YouTube only?
We automate the whole process.
Well, and what I think this comes down to is, in the past, using the aforementioned Traffic Geyser, what I've always told people is, create your own YouTube channel, manage that manually, and then upload your stuff to Traffic Geyser. And what I've always done is I've always had a second YouTube account, and the stuff that goes through Traffic Geyser goes to that account and everything else. But I've always managed the actual YouTube channel that I personally use myself, and I think that's what he's getting, because what ends up happening in Traffic Geyser is you only get, you have to use the lowest common denominator. So you have to have a very short description. You have to have a very short title, things like that, if it uploads to your YouTube for you, which leads to some issues. So I think that's what he's trying to get at. Should he have a profile with the YouTube in it, but then upload the actual video to his own YouTube manually and do all the work himself for just that YouTube channel, and then use PixxFly for an alternate YouTube channel and all the other distribution? I guess
Right. Now that's a great question, and I'm believe me, I'm intimately familiar with Traffic Geyser, and that was the name of it, right? Traffic Geyser, and
you've heard of that, right?
I've heard.
Yeah. I think that's going to be a gear, isn't it?
Yeah, but to answer your question, no, we completely automated it. It's just another site along with the rest of the sites.
And I think another way to answer that question is Ray has had his input in this, if you get what I'm saying. So.
Yes. Okay. Did we cover that one?
I think so. If not, Jim, just ask a further question on that, and we'll figure that out for you.
Yeah, sounds good. That's all. No problem.
And if you do have a question, go ahead and post it in the chat room. Ray is monitoring it, and I'll quit doing that too. And so you'll get one answer, and it'll be from Ray, and then he'll shout out some of the questions that need to be shouted out. Analytics, Gear 8.
Okay, analytics. So, Gear 8, this is the second to last gear, and this really rounds out the functional campaign gears. We have built from scratch a complete analytics system that's going to allow you to parse information any way that you want. And, of course, you can also output a branded graphed report to your clients. In fact, you can set that up automatically. But we again, because of the way that we scrape such a wide sampling of information, in a way, I think that our results, our analytics, the things that we report, are more accurate than anyone else, quite frankly. And this gives you a much truer picture. And it also helps you, let's say that you launched a campaign and it wasn't quite as successful as we hoped it would. Well, when you have the right analytics, you can course correct that much quicker. You can make those little subtle corrections because you have all the right information in front of you to do it. But mostly, at this point, analytics is really just a verification of what you probably already know. This is what's going on here. Here are your social actions. Here's the totals on your social actions. Here's what's going on out there with it. If you're doing split testing, you have an easy way of comparing, apples to oranges, apples to apples, or even campaigns to campaigns. So we give you all what we think are the very, very useful figures, particularly those that clients are going to be interested in seeing. It makes it a lot easier to go in and ask for, to get that next month's check for 10 grand to manage someone's account when your report shows nothing but good numbers. And that's what we want, are good numbers. So that's analytics. And then again, this is something that, as you get into this, as you look at the system, get in and play with it, parse out the information, see what it looks like, to really get an idea. Okay? Let's go ahead and press on to the last gear.
Video tools.
Video tools. Mm-hmm.
Video tools.
This is our
video
our
tools.
PixxFly Internet. Yeah. And this is where, part of our commitment to everyone is not only bringing what we think are world-class automation tools for successful conversion of content marketing campaigns, but we also want to be the arbiters of other marketing information. We have a research department that does nothing but huddles up and reads. They just go through material. They read reports. They analyze what's out there because we're constantly hunting for new strategies, new processes, any breakthroughs that someone's having that we can exploit. We do a lot of writing, so there's going to be new white papers in here. We look at emerging markets. We look at emerging sectors. We really keep a good handle on what's going on out there so that we can pass it on to you, because our goal here is not only to give you world-class tools, but also to give you ongoing education as you'd like, so that you can focus on your money-making activities. Okay? So that's it. Those are the gear set, or that is the gear set. And that's what PixxFly does. So, should we get to the fun part?
All righty. And let's I hit the wrong arrow. The offer.
The offer. Okay. Here we go. Here's the fun part.
This is the drum roll.
Yeah.
Boy, look at that. Look at that guy.
Wow, he's fat.
Do you mow the yard in those tennis shoes with your Toro?
I do.
Have you heard the story? Have you heard the story about the Toro that would start? Tim, just Google Toro reviews. You'll get the answer. It's all over the internet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will check it out.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
If I had PixxFly back then, it would be even more all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, guys.
Who does your hair, by the way, Ray?
That would be, I believe it was Supercuts.
Alrighty. Styling. Okay, sorry, Tim. We're done. It's like
That's
two boys
okay,
in
but
kindergarten. Two boys in kindergarten.
Let me know when you want me to continue. And I'll
Okay, Tim McKee, ladies and gentlemen. He's live from overseas, Guam, Thailand.
Well, it is Georgia. It could be overseas.
Okay,
where you're at.
alrighty.
So, guys, we're at a unique point here in our development. As I said, we've been in development on this really for 4 years. Started coding about 18 months ago on this, and this is our first public offering of this. And we are going to make a very special offer for this group and this group only on this call. Okay? What we want to do is we want to invite you to become our development partners, in essence. And what we're going to do is we're making PixxFly available for you to start using right away, to sign up, and there's a number of ways that you can do this. One is you can purchase a monthly membership with PixxFly. Our memberships start at $97, and there are different levels of it. Or you can purchase or use it as a do-it-for-me services resource. Now, everything is going to go through these two guys, Ray and Steve, and they're going to put up a page here in a minute, but I want to tell you how we're going to do this. What we're going to do is when you sign up, if you're interested in becoming a member of PixxFly and using the tool set, or if you're interested in using it as do-it-for-me services, and if you sign up today, we're going to give you the next 2 weeks for free. We're not going to hit your credit card for 2 weeks on this. We're going to let you use it for free, but we're going to ask you, we want you to give us feedback on it. When you get into PixxFly and you get your account set up and you get PixxFly, you're going to see a feedback button on the upper right, and we really want you to get in, start using it, and give us whatever feedback you have on it. We want to hear suggestions. We want to hear ways that things can be done better. We want to know how you're doing with this. And in exchange for that, we're going to give you the first 2 weeks free. You can have an unconditional money-back guarantee. Okay, so you're not going to lose anything in any event. And in addition to the pricing that you're going to see, and there's 2 levels of pricing. One is on an individual basis. One is agency. And there's 2 levels within each of that. If you're a single user, you're just using it for one product, your own product, you can start at $97 a month with it.
97 a month. Okay, for one product. Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's just single user, one product, one profile. Basically, you're just doing your own stuff. The other level, of course, is our agency level. If you're doing multiple clients, multiple accounts where you need, a way to track multiple clients and multiple campaigns, then you would use that. And you'll have access to that sign-up form with the sign-up sheet that we're going to show you here in a second. But in addition to that, because you showed up and you listened and you've been good, we're going to offer you an additional 10% off. Okay? So your sign-up's going to be 10% less. But here's the cool thing. We're going to grandfather that in for life, for this group only. Okay? So let's say if you sign up for an agency account and you have clients, those clients are going to be grandfathered in on a 10% as well. Now, you can do that one of 2 ways. You can pass that on to your client, or you can pocket that 10%. You can do whatever you want. If you have your own account and you do services for others, you can charge whatever you want for those. We have some guidelines, but that's basically up to you. But we're adding an additional 10% in there. Now, the reason we're doing that is over the next 2 weeks, we want you to test the system, but also over the next 2 weeks, there's a whole bunch of other things that we're adding to the system that just weren't quite ready for release. Part of that is some of our targeted distribution stuff is being added in. Our video and press releases is being added in. We have 20 other sites that we're adding to the distribution list. Oh gosh, what else do we have here? Oh, just a ton of stuff. So that stuff's coming up. We just need that extra week to get that in. So we don't want to hold anyone back. Everything that you have access to is working and working well. And that is that's the offer.
And
so go ahead and advance.
Okay, yeah, the easy way to get there is donebyray.com too. I added that to the slide. You can either use raythevideoguy.com/PixxFly or donebyray.com.
Yeah. And here's what's going to happen.
Next
if you
slide.
Sign up with us.
Next slide.
Yeah, go ahead and go to the next slide.
Oh, it said it was the end of the presentation.
If you sign up with us today, all of that is going to happen automatically for you. And for the next 2 weeks, we're going to grandfather that in on whoever signs up. And that will go on. Now, if you sign up with us today, next week, we're going to do a training session. We're going to walk through everything with the system. We'll get all your accounts set up and get everything ready to go. But there'll be extensive training that is going to come. Of course, training for PixxFly, it's very intuitive. You could probably just go in and start doing stuff right now. But we want to make sure that everything is set up correctly, that you can get out there and start going. In our training, we're going to step through the different research packages that are available and really get you set up correctly. So, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. There's PixxFly. We really think that this is a game changer, that you have now the right tools in hand to be market makers Everybody, grade the video.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. That really, you have the tools now to be able to go after larger accounts, to go after more money. We want this to, bring back time into your life, bring back fun into this. Whether you're a large marketer doing agency accounts, or you're a guy who's doing info products, or sub $100 type of product, that this would be ideal automation for you to get out more work faster, easier, and be more profitable. So I want to thank you all for listening to me for the last hour and a half. And
Ray, I understand there's 2 buttons on the website. You can,
yes, there is.
You can either sign up as an affiliate, and Tim's walked you through that, donebyray.com. I was trying to play around with the graphics. Sorry, I'm like a 6-year-old with crayons. But donebyray.com. Or we have the do-it-for-you services, and that's the other button there, whereby we can help you do everything you need, and I'm sort of heading that up with my administrative center in Houston. We got a bunch of good people there that'll do it all for you. So you can either do affiliate, or you can do done for you and just buy it from us, which it's up to you. Or you can do something if you get the affiliate and you need some help, we'll help you.
Yeah, the basic idea behind that is if you want to be able to be the person who gets into that back end and uploads your videos or buys videos when you need them and handles all of that and does your own reports, then go for it. Go for the do-it-yourself service, where you just sign up for the account. But if you're a person who's you don't even want to deal with any of this, you just want to get that stuff done. You've got a client and you need video marketing done, we can do it. And that goes for individual pieces. If you just need the video produced, we can just produce the video. If you just need the market research, we can do the market research and get that to you, and you can do whatever you want after that. So we can do everything from the whole entire process to each individual piece just to get you to where you need to go. So that's up to you on that. Whether you want to do it yourself or have us do it or have us do pieces. That's how that works. Now, I do have a couple of questions I do want to hit quickly here. Courtney wanted to know, and this is a good one. If you do affiliate marketing and you have different products, would the $97 single program work for them, or would they need to get the agency account?
Well, it depends. If you're running all of your offers through one set of profiles, you can probably use a single.
Okay.
But if your products need to be on their own distribution list, you'll need to do an agency account.
Yeah. So the way I'm looking at it, you can tell me if I'm getting this wrong, but I would almost think like in Steve's case where he's doing lots of different products, but they're all related to health and wellness. It would be perfectly fine to run all of those videos through those profiles because they'd all be related. If he also did dog products, then he'd have to decide, do I want to run them through the same profiles or do I want to do something separate?
Right.
And I think that's a choice that he would just have to make. And to be honest with you, a lot of times with some of those other profiles, I've got generic ones where I run anything and everything through them. So I've never had a problem doing that. Obviously with YouTube, I'll have my own personal YouTube account for these different products, but when it goes out to Vimeo and it goes out to wherever, I'll have different products run through that. So for a lot of folks, I think the $97 product would be fine for that if you've got different affiliate type promotions, especially if you're just trying to get your video to rank better by linking back to it. It can work very well for that. And then we had, all of a sudden we got a whole bunch of questions. I just scrolled down and said, yikes. All right. What is the price for the agency versus the $97 single? And I believe that's just $197, correct?
Let me just go and verify that. I believe you're right. Yeah, we start, there's 2 levels. Agency, there's 2 levels for both. Level 1 is $197. Level 2 is $277 minus the 10%.
All right. And let's see. All right. Price for agencies. That's the same question there. And, okay, they're saying when they go through, they're not seeing the $97 a month option on the page.
Yeah, didn't we put up the agency?
Oh, you know why? Because I sent them, the link that I have sends them to the agency. Is there a way for them to get to the single from that page?
You could put a button. You could put a button on there, Ray, and just link it.
I could do that. So yeah, if you guys want to give me 5 minutes, I can throw another button up there that just has that option separately, so it doesn't confuse anybody.
Yeah.
And Tim, why don't you just Skype Ray with that link? I know.
Actually, I already know what it is.
Well, you got it.
It's all the
it,
same
right.
except it says single at the end, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Fantastic. Yeah. Fantastic.
All right. Very good.
Yeah, and we will add the discount at the time of billing. So these actually should be updated by now. Let me just refresh this. I didn't even check that. No. All right. Well, in any event, we are tracking that. Actually, I thought these would have been updated by now. Well, welcome to live television, folks.
Oh yeah, I understand.
what Steve taught me to.
Okay. All right, so if you guys give me about 2 minutes, I'll have that button up there. It'll say single and it'll say agency on it.
Beautiful.
And
right.
I think, let's see if we've got any last-second questions, because I know we're going to get kicked out in just a moment. Let's see. No, it looks like we've hit most of the questions. There doesn't seem to be a way. Yep, that's the one we're hitting. Agency price is now. Jim asked if there was a section on monetization, but I'm not sure, Jim. If you can clarify that, what you mean by that? If you mean, I'm not sure if you mean YouTube monetization or what exactly you mean by that. So if you want to update that, we'll be glad to answer that if we can.
Yeah, and if there are questions still coming in, we'll get to those.
And
we'll get answers to you on everything.
You can also, too, ask questions in the mastermind group if you'd like, and we'll monitor them, make sure we answer them for you. That mastermind group, by the way, in case you don't belong, is facebook.com/ is it groups, plural, Ray? Groups?
Yes, /groups/ online video marketers.
And we accept everybody that comes in, and as soon as you spam, you're in trouble. So don't spam.
Yeah, and we will start a user group as well for PixxFly. It may be combined with something that exists with Steve and Ray already, or maybe a separate thing. We'll figure that as we go along. But you know, if you guys know me from the past, I did the Traffic Geyser call for 3 years, I think.
The Wednesday night FAQ, the Tuesday night town hall. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And,
never heard of
never
heard of you.
Never heard of me. Yeah, there we go. That was always a vibrant community, and the people who joined those calls, stayed up with those calls, had more success. Did real well. When it was a great community, and I always loved doing those.
All right, the buttons are now up.
The buttons are there, so you have
Single
three
access
choices.
and agency access.
You have three choices, and you have Ray's ugly mug.
That's right. You get to see me on any of them. Oh.
You got the $97 affiliate, you got the $197 affiliate, or you got the done-for-you services. And just because you don't take the done-for-you services doesn't mean we won't help you out. And in fact, even sort of in the beginning, I'm here for you, and we're all here for you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Absolutely, because when it comes down to it, we're all marketers. We're all marketers just trying to do it better.
Hey, Ray, are you growing a goatee?
No.
Oh.
It just appears that way because I hadn't shaved.
Oh. I was thinking about going.
It's more clean shaven today, but boy, it does look like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking about going Duck Dynasty on my goatee, but I didn't. So.
Oh,
Okay,
Lord.
we digress.
I am looking a little evil Captain Kirk and evil Mr. Spock on that one, I must admit. So
yeah, you were. It's not so much the lovable Ray we've all come to know. Well, all right, we digress. It's 2:30 in the Midwest, 3:30 in Eastern, and 12:47 where Ray is. So we probably should.
and the temperature is 42 degrees.
42 degrees.
And happy hour at some part in the world.
Yeah. Well, this has been great. Tim, thanks. Ray, and we're all in this together, but it's been a lot of fun, and we hope you sign up, and we hope you become part of the community. And we are recording this, and there will be a playback, and we'll let you know about it. Ray will let you know about it.
And I want to thank you guys for the opportunity to partner with this. You guys have been tremendous support through the last 18 months on this. Been very, very involved with this. I want to thank you guys, and for all you on this call, I look forward to working with you. If you know me, I love seeing people be very, very successful, and I expect to see any number of millionaires develop out of this software, and I'm here to help you. So with that, guys, I'm going to say make it a great day.
Okay.
And we'll talk soon.
All righty. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate it.